Welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm glad you joined us today. So you've made it to day 2 of our 28-day chair yoga journey together. So we're going to stay seated again today, and we'll add in a cow pose and a cat pose. So we often do these 2 poses at the beginning of class to warm up the spine. And remember, if you like the experience, please click the subscribe button. It's free, and leave a comment. So let's get started. So we're going to start by sitting up nice and tall. We're going to move forward in our chair. We're not leaning back. So if you remember from day 1 that we'll start our practice by focusing on the mind and the body and the breath. So as we begin each practice, we'll take a little bit of time to focus on these 3 elements. We're going to place both of our feet on the floor, and we're going to ground them, each foot to the earth. So if you remember from yesterday, just make sure each foot is on the floor and that all 4 pressure points are equally weighted. Now, if you tend to pronate or supinate, it's very common. Just be mindful and try to get those feet flat on the floor. Now, the next thing we'll do is ground our sits bones. So if you want to take a moment and sit on your hands again like we did yesterday and feel those moving up, forward and back, feel free to do so. But I want you to land with those sits bones equally weighted on the chair and feel that grounded to the seat of the chair. We're going to lift our heart, lower our shoulders down out of the ears. Place the hands lightly on our thighs. Flip those palms up. Close your eyes. Connect to your heart center. And just feel your breath, just your natural inhalation and exhalation. Feeling the rhythm of that breath. Connecting to the rhythm of the heart and the rhythm of the mind. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're going to draw our shoulders up into those ears, right? I'm always saying pull the shoulders down out of the ears. Well, right now we're going to draw them up, and then we're just going to let them fall. So we're kind of letting gravity help us there. Let's shrug those shoulders. And we're going to let them fall. Let's do that one more time. Shrug those shoulders up into the ears. And we're just going to let them fall. Excellent work. So we're going to take our right arm and we're going to extend it out. We're going to let our head fall the other way. So there's just a little different way to stretch into that neck. So we're kind of pushing through the palm of this hand towards that wall beside us as we just let this head fall. Kind of ear to shoulder. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, let's bring that hand down and bring the head up. Wow. There's something about adding that extended arm, right? Okay, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to extend the arm and then let that head fall. So just think about pushing through the palm of that hand to give that neck a little extra stretch. Oh yeah, just one more breath here. And then we're going to bring that hand down and then we're going to bring that neck up. Let's do one more shoulder shrug, just for the fun of it. Shrug it. And release. All right, excellent. So we move back into our mountain pose like we did yesterday, okay? So we're going to come into mountain pose, spread our fingers wide to stretch. Unless it doesn't feel good, then don't do it, right? We're going to come to those GoHPO storms. We're going to squeeze that shoulder blades back behind us. Now we're going to take our fingertips to the ceiling, pull the shoulders down, make sure your abdominals stay engaged here. And we're stretching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Extended mountain pose. Bring the hands down. We're going to do that again. Here we go. Spread those fingers. I know, goalpost arms. Are you squeezing your shoulder blades back behind? Do you have your belly button in towards your spine? Now engage those abdominals. Up we go, lengthening to the ceiling. Feel that stretch. It's a very active pose, right? We're not just hanging out here, we're stretching. One more breath and bring your hands down to your side. Okay, so we're going to move into a pose. They're cat and cow. And we often do these two poses together. So we're going to bring our hands to heart, all right? And I want you to think about lifting through the spine, crown of the head to the ceiling, and opening up through the throat. So I'm not really looking up, that's not the idea, but I do want the throat to be open. So this is our starting position. Now we're going to move into cow pose first. And this version, we're going to bring our hands back behind us and grab the back of the chair. Now as you do that, I want you to pull your shoulders down, lift up through the heart, and open through the throat. You're going to look up just slightly, okay? Do you feel that? There's a little arch in the back. Belly stays tight. Now those abdominals are what's going to protect that back, okay? So a little arch in the back. All right, are we ready to move into cat pose? I know, I'm not tired of being here too. Are we ready? Here we go. So now, as we move into cat pose, I want you to think about pulling your ribs back. That tailbone is going to go heavy. You're going to round the spine and place your hands on the thighs. So let the head fall. What I'll see in my classes, my in-person classes, is people here. They're holding their head up. I want you to really think about tucking the chin and letting that head fall. That's where you're going to maximize the stretch in the upper back and the neck. Okay, so we're going to come back into cow pose again. Are we ready? We're going to grab the back of that chair. We're going to lift up, open up through that throat. Let's add the breath. Inhale here. Exhale, round down. Pull the ribs back, tailbone heavy. Tuck the chin, let the head fall. There's your exhale. Let's do that a few more times. We're going to lift up into cow pose, opening up, squeezing those shoulder blades behind, inhaling here, exhaling into cat pose, rounding the spine, pulling those ribs back, and one more final time. Adding that breath. Remember, if you don't want to add the breath, don't, right? Just breathe naturally. Don't hold your breath. You don't have to do that yoga breath. And then round it down. Last one. All right, let's come back up into seated. Now we'll do that one a lot too because it's just a really good thing to warm up that spine. So a little, movement in that spine. Okay, so we're going to move back. If you were with me yesterday, you'll remember we did that goddess pose. So we're going to do goddess pose, but we're going to do a little add-on. And I hadn't mentioned this yet, but in my classes, I'll often do a pose and then we might add something on, and you don't ever have to add on if you don't want to, right? You can just keep doing the previous version of the pose and it's fine. So this is going to be our seated goddess, and then we're going to add horse pose to it. So we're going to start with our feet first. So we'll do a heel, toe, heel, toe. So now my legs are a little bit wide, okay? Let's go ahead and add our goddess arms. We've learned how to do those. We're going to squeeze those shoulder blades behind us. GoHPO arms, goddess arms, okay? Now, I'm going to lift my right heel up off the floor. So there's a little work for that calf. And then we're going to put that heel down. And then we're going to lift the other heel up. There's that calf. And we're going to put that down. Let's do the other side again. Lift and down. Lift and down. Let's go ahead and bring our hands down, and if you remember from yesterday, let's do that little internal hip rotation. I just like that. We don't internally rotate the hips very much. It's not something that we just naturally think about doing, and it's a good stretch. Okay, so now we're going to bring those knees back open again. We're going to come back to those goddess arms, okay? So lifting up nice and tall. Remember, crown of the head to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind. Okay, let's start with our left heel. We're going to lift and lower. Right heel lifts and lower. Right heel lift and lower. Left heel lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And let's bring our hands down and do the internal hip rotation. So here's one more little thing about me. I will say one more. Generally, that means we've got to do one on each side, so it's technically two more. So just know that whenever I say one more, usually it's both sides. Okay, and if I remember, I say it, but a lot of times I don't remember. Okay, knees come open. Now, we're going to do one more thing here before we add one more thing on. So this is our final add-on in this position. All right, are we ready? Getting ready for horse? We're going to lift one heel, then the other heel. Both heels at the same time, and then down and down. Now, let's start with this one first. Lift and lift, hold, breathe, and down and down. Okay, are we ready? Let's lift. Lift and lift, hold, breathe, down and down. One more. Lift and lift, hold and breathe, down and down. Our final add-on. Okay, are we ready? We're going to lean our goddess. Do you feel your side? Oh, it was my back that just cracked. I don't know if you heard that. Who needs a chiropractor when they have yoga? Right? I'm just kidding. And up we go. And then we're going to lean the other way. And then up we go. And we're going to twist. Let's look to the right. Hello. And center. And we're going to twist the other way. We're going to come back center. We're going to bring our hands back down. Let's let those knees fall together. Just one final little hip rotation there. Does that feel good? All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and heel toe our feet back together. We're going to move back into the back of our chair. We're going to lean back. We're moving into our Shavasana pose, our relaxation pose, right? You can lean back. Have your hands resting lightly on the thighs. We're going to flip those palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take a deep breath in. On this exhalation, close your eyes or soften your eyes.
Love and courage. Lead with love. Follow through with courage. In each new situation, before saying anything, before doing anything, ask yourself, how can you live this from a perspective of love and courage? Such a perspective won't necessarily make things easier. You're likely to take on more challenges, to put forth more effort. Yet you'll be attending to precisely those things that make life rich and meaningful. You'll be focused on all you love and care about, with the courage to make a positive difference. In a world that often seems to be awash in fear and complacency, choose to live at a higher level. Allow life's goodness to shine through all you do. Think, act, and feel from a place of love, and live out that love with the courage it deserves.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Open your eyes. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with the hands. Give the head a gentle tug if you wish. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head just the gentlest of tugs, super gentle here. And release it. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Very well done, my fellow bottoms downies. We've already made it to day 2. The hardest part, as I've said, is just getting to the chair. So please keep showing up. Click that subscribe button, leave me a comment. I'll see you tomorrow.